Here we go. Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 24th. This is WGTV Today, Wayne Goldsboro Television. Well, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Well, Kim, it is indeed a middle of the week Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to May 3rd, I believe it is.
Why are you looking forward to that?
I am so glad you asked. That is the day we all go pick up our lobster and shrimp. Oh, boy.
Yes.
The Partnership for Children Lobster Fest. Pickup day is May 3rd.
That's right.
And this is their 9th annual.
It is. They've been doing it for 9 years, and every year it gets larger and larger, and we have more and more shrimp and lobster orders, and that shrimp is flown straight from Maine.
Maine.
And they have some good, large, fresh shrimp up there.
I didn't know lobster could fly.
Well, it can when it's put on an airplane.
Oh, okay. Well, that works then. Anyway, I don't know what the cutoff date is on this, but
the very
today's the 24th.
very last day of April.
Okay, okay. Well, then you still have time.
That's right.
It's what, $25 for a pound and a half of lobster and $25 for a 2 pound of shrimp.
And the shrimp are the great, big, large jumbo shrimp.
Oh, boy.
And they're excellent.
That's right. You get one shrimp and it weighs 2 pounds. That's a big, fat shrimp.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Maybe
no, it's not. But it is for a good cause. I almost said cause. It is for a good cause. It's the Partnership for Children, and it is coming up soon, May 3rd, so get your orders in. You can drive through. They can cook it for you, or you can get it live and cook it yourself. But I'm telling you, it is some good eating.
Oh, boy. I can't wait.
It is.
All right. Today, the 24th, and that means who's on today's program?
Let's see. Today we have an interview, of course, with the Paramount Theater about what's happening the end of the month of April and the 1st of May.
Oh, that's good.
We also have Partnership for Children of Wayne County. We have Partnership for Children of Wayne County. We went out there and visited with them over on William Street, and I think you'll be surprised to hear about some of the services that they offer right there in that building and throughout our community. And you're going to hear from a little boy named Cash. And he is quite the character. Oh, yes. Let's see. We're going to see some video of some classic cars in our community.
Ooh.
And then we have an interview from the Sheriff's Association.
Oh, okay. Great. So that's a full show.
That's a full show.
All right. Well, if you ever wanted to learn how or know how or continue to grow tomatoes, here's your opportunity. Coming up on May 11th, which is next month.
Yes, it is.
Next month, there's only going to be one May 11th, so you know which one that is.
So the one and only, you need to learn how to cook tomatoes. Or tomatoes, whatever you want to call them. Or tomatoes. I've never heard them called that.
Well, you plant tomatoes right next to the asparagus.
I hear you.
You got it? Okay.
I hear you.
Anyway, on May 11th, you can learn how to grow your tomatoes in your garden. May 11th at the Extension Center, in the kitchen of the Extension Center. That's in Wayne Center, corner of George and Chestnut Streets. Jessica Strickland will be your helper, your instructor, your Goomba there at the at Wayne Center. And I don't have a time on that, but probably the morning.
I would think
is when that would start up, and it's free of charge. Just go and learn how to grow tomatoes. Everybody loves tomatoes unless you're allergic to them, and that's no fun.
That is not any fun, but they are great.
That's right. But
love them.
You could still grow them.
Well, your family might could eat them.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
The Family Y wants us to remind you they have a long list of opportunities for your children this summer. Summer camp. They have a summer camp guide, which you can stop by the Family Y and pick up at any time. It looks like this. And it has details of all the different, like this. It has details of all the different camps, and my goodness, I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 8 different camps.
Wow.
That I see right off the top of my head here. Kinder camp, ages 5 to 6. They have outdoor adventure camp. They have sports camp, British soccer camp. The list goes on and on. So if you are looking for something to keep your child entertained and learning and active this summer, the Family Y might be one of the places you need to look into.
There you go. Here's today's trivia question.
All right.
Something to think about during the course of the program. A fellow by the name of Levi Hutchins was not with the Four Tops. That was Levi Stubbs. We're talking about Levi Hutchins, who was an inventor.
Okay.
In 1787, he invented something that was quite startling. In fact, he came up with the idea of the startling invention in 1787, which was about the time that our Constitution was written and then approved and ratified. Most people do not like this startling invention, or they don't even want it.
Really?
But some people have to have it. What is it? It's still in use today. Over 200 years.
What color is it? You thought about that?
Color?
Is it a color? A certain color?
No.
No, it's not a
It
certain
can
color.
actually be any color at all.
Okay.
Well, you were thinking of something. What were you thinking?
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you.
Look, that's okay. That's okay. His name was Levi Hutchins. He invented something in 1787 that's quite startling. People don't like it. They don't want it, but some people have to have it. What is it?
It's good to know.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Have you ever wanted to learn how to write a winning grant?
All the time.
Well, there's so many different grants available from the federal, state, local levels. And if you want to learn how to write a winning grant, on April 27th, from 8 until 12 at Herman Park Center, which is at 901 East Ash Street, you can contact the City of Goldsboro, Community Affairs Department. LaTerry Ward is the director at 580-4359. They're having a seminar. It's called Grant Writing Made Easy. And if you're a grant writer, and if you've ever written one, you understand you really want to learn all about making it easier for yourself.
That's
because grant writing is interesting.
It is interesting, especially when you include CAREY grant, U.S. grant, and Johnny grant.
Not the kind of grants we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
But with this grant, you're going to learn, or grant seminar, you're going to learn things like learn the secrets of successful grant writing, learn how to properly approach grantors, learn how to set up programs and budgets for funding, learn the #1 reason why grant applications are denied, and that's a biggie.
Learn why they're denied.
Yes, that is huge.
So when you hear no, you'll know why.
Exactly, but you'll also learn how to successfully search and find millions in grant funding and many more topics.
Wow, okay.
That's right. So there's a great presenter. Her name is...
Oh my goodness.
I know, I can't pronounce it.
Mrs. Blunt.
Yes, Mrs. Blunt. She has an MBA, and she is the president of Granting Hope.
Oh, that's Antowana Carpenter Blunt.
There you go. She is the president of Granting Hope Incorporated.
Right.
She has over 20 years experience in the nonprofit arena. She has served on various different nonprofit boards as well as grant director for college and numerous nonprofit organizations. She has helped many nonprofits obtain funding in the millions. She's a very successful grant writer. She believes in helping to develop organizations and empower communities. So if you want to hear more about Ms. Blunt and how to write a great grant, come on April 27th from 8 to 12, Herman Park Center, and learn the techniques and secrets.
Antowana Carpenter Blunt.
Very good.
Yeah, I used to know her brother. I want a granta.
He went there. Yes, he did.
Couldn't help it.
He went there.
Oh,
let's
yes,
see.
okay. Coming up in the next segment, we're not
Yes.
ready to go there yet, but in the next segment, I'm going to be telling you, giving you some ideas about how to protect yourself against scams, people who are trying to get your money, and that sort of thing. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes.
We've heard about those recently.
I'm telling you, there's people out there who want your money, and
That's
they will
right.
do anything at all to try and get your money by all kinds of means. I'll give you some ideas here in just a few minutes about how to protect yourself.
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's see. Don't forget, we've talked about this
Oh yeah.
coming up very soon. The
water
water coolers. The water coolers are going to be at the Paramount Theater on May 3rd at 7:30 p.m. If you want to see this fun, hilarious group, come on out to the Paramount. Get your tickets. I don't have ticket information, so I don't know how much they are, but you can call the Paramount Theater. It's a group of 4, 2 women, 2 men, and their topics are going to be things that you talk about in your business or in different companies around the water cooler. Those type of topics. It's supposed to be hilarious. So if you want a good belly laugh, that's the group to go see. What are you still laughing about?
I'm just thinking about water coolers. Did you ever work anywhere where there was a water cooler, where people used to just kind of hang around the water cooler?
We didn't ever. Nobody hung
Gossip.
around it necessarily. We had one, but
Yeah.
nobody ever hung around one.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We got our own water and went back to our desk and did our work.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll talk about that.
But these water coolers have some good stories, I bet.
I'll bet they do.
Well, let's go to our first segment here. That's going to be the Paramount and the Partnership for Children.
There you go.
Thank you for staying with us, and we're here to talk about Center Stage Theater and a great event that's coming up and a big celebration. I have some wonderful folks here with me to help us celebrate and get prepared for this event. Wanda, Susan, and Jim with Center Stage Theater. You guys are very familiar faces to me here at the Paramount Theater, and so I'm so happy to have you here in the boardroom so we can talk about CST's event. Center Stage Theater is celebrating a big year this year. 35 years, correct?
35,
Correct.
yeah.
And kind of going out with a big bang with the show, Showboat. Wanda and Susan and Jim, all three have been in many different numbers with CST and with lots of different performances. I wanted to ask just to talk a little bit about your history with Center Stage Theater before we get started.
I joined Center Stage in 2005. My first role was an Oz citizen, and my line was goodbye, so that'll ever be imprinted in my mind. But it has been a wonderful experience, made a lot of good friends. It's like a family environment, and have enjoyed every minute of it.
Wonderful. How about you, Susan?
This is actually my first
Well, I saw your
experience.
expression when I said that, and I was going to say, have you been on for a while? But wonderful.
This is my first time with Center Stage. Yeah.
Okay, and what got you involved with Center Stage Theater?
It was actually a dare. When a girl that I work, it was a girl that I work with. She was going to come audition, and she said, "You ought to come with me." And I said, "Okay," and that's what happened. And
Very
yeah.
good. Now, while we're talking, tell me what role that you guys are playing in the play, in the musical.
I played Julie.
Julie.
And I'm co-directing with Wesley Deals.
Okay, wonderful. And Jim.
And I play Ravenel.
And Jim, I know that you have been on the stage many times.
Yes.
So tell me how long you've been with Center Stage Theater.
Actually, I've been here 6 years, I think, was the first show that I did with Center Stage.
Okay.
It was Little Shop of Horrors.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And see, I would have guessed even longer, because it's just with the two of you, it does feel like that it's right at home. And like you said, I think there's certainly something to say about that family environment and family atmosphere. And I have a feeling, Susan, that you will probably, if you haven't already. Feel the same way, which is a great thing. When you've got an organization that's been around 35 years, there's a reason for that. I think you guys have a lot of fun. You do a great job, and there's just a wonderful camaraderie about the whole thing. Now, Showboat is celebrating 35 years, and there's also a special reason for that. This is what got everything started the first year, am I right?
That's correct.
Showboat was the first year in 1978. 79. So the 78-79 year, I guess it was. But that was quite a long time ago. And so do you guys have some pictures or some history, things like that, that maybe you're going to showcase during that weekend?
We do. We actually encouraged any original cast members to be a part of this show, and we do have one that we're hoping will be able to stick with us and be a part of that. Debbie Libby was in the original.
Can't wait to see that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and we also were able to coordinate with the Ava Gardner Museum, and we hope to have some pieces from there on display.
We also had one of our instrumentalists was one of the instrumentalists the first time they did it. It was Danny Sellers, the bass player.
Oh,
Oh, that's
good.
wonderful.
Well, very good.
So he's very excited about playing.
Well, for those viewers that are watching and don't know a whole lot about Showboat, tell me about your character and about what it's all about, what Showboat is all about.
I'll
you
start. Sure, I'll
Go ahead.
start. I'm kind of the scoundrel. I'm a gambler.
Okay.
Just walking along the wharf and see this pretty girl and instantly fall in love with her. Her name's Magnolia. That's played by Kristen Prosser. The Showboat is a show boat. So the captain, Andy, is actually the director of the show. You have two sets of actors, both male, female. One is married, and that would be Julie and Steve. And then we have Ellie and Frank. And Julie and Steve I'll let you tell your part of this one.
Okay. Well, my character, she is actually biracial, and that doesn't come out until a little bit later into the show. But her husband is white, and they are entertainers on the boat. They sing and put on little skits and plays, and that kind of opens up the controversy with me being biracial, because at that time, it was in the late 1800s, it was illegal for interracial marriages and things like that. So.
Well, very good. And so, have you directed before, or co-directed before?
I have. Wesley and I actually co-directed Little Women, and along with Ann Angelo, who produced with us. And so we have our own little inner production company called Andabec. Kind of combines all of us together. And we were really excited to pair up again and to do this show. This is the first musical that we've done as a group.
Okay.
And so when we were, researching the background for the Showboat, of course, this is from Edna Ferber's book. She actually spent time in Bath, North Carolina, researching for the book, and spent some time on the river, watching the Showboat entertainment venue at that time. And Drum Kern read the book, was just so, enthralled by the book, wanted to meet her to get the rights to do the musical, which came out in 1927. The play itself covers a 40-year span, 1887 to 1927. And so with what Wesley and I hope to do is to not only lead the audience through that 40-year time period with changes in costuming and that kind of thing, which is being done by Heather Kay. We also want to make sure that the audience feels the emotion of the characters that are in the play and send them on that little roller coaster ride. There's a lot of humor involved. There's some sadness involved. There's some, probably folks are going to be really mad at him at some point in the show, and which is what we want, but we always want to end on a good note. So I think the folks that come out to see it will really enjoy it.
Well, good, Wanda. Thank you so much for sharing that. And this event is coming up April the 26th, 27th, and 28th. On the 26th and 27th, the Friday night and Saturday night is at 7:30, and on Sunday at 3 o'clock. And Center Stage Theater could not make it any easier for you to get your tickets. They are available at the Paramount Theater box office. You can go on their website at goldsboroparamount.com or call us here at the theater. We'll process them right over the phone at 583-8432. It is a great celebration, very exciting for you guys. I know also that you're going to be announcing the next series, which you already have lined up, and I'm excited about several of those plays that are coming up too. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope that you'll be ready to go ahead and get your season tickets for the next season too. Center Stage Theater has a lot of great performances, but it's extremely affordable. You can get the whole season and pick your day, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So they make it real easy for you. Susan, I'm glad that you are on board with them, and I know that you're going to enjoy it. So we look forward to seeing you around more. And Wanda and Jim, thank you so much for being here. And we look forward to seeing you here to see Showboat on either April the 26th, 27th, or 28th, or maybe all three. Thanks so much.
Joining me today are Charlie Ivey and Valerie Wallace. We're here at the Partnership for Children of Wayne County, also known as Smart Start. Hey guys, and welcome to the show.
Hi Kim.
Y'all are becoming regulars.
We are.
Yes, you are. We want to share the news of what the partnership is and what the partnership offers for the children of Wayne County.
Welcome to the partnership, Kim.
Thank you, thank you. My second home.
We are the one-stop shop for early childhood education in Wayne County. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to working with kids from birth to age 5, their parents, and their child caregivers.
Exactly. Valerie, tell us a little more about the services you all offer.
Sure. We have several programs that we provide here at the partnership. We have our Child Care Resource and Referral, which is one of our big programs that we actually fund, and that is a program that goes out into the child care facilities and works with providers and works with parents, and we provide technical assistance.
Give us an example of what a technical assistance
What a
might
technical
be.
assistance visit is when we go into the facility, they may be coming up on the regulated license. And so what our program specialists do from the partnership is they go in and they may look at their files to make sure all their paperwork's in order. They may do walkthroughs of the classrooms to make sure that the environment's safe, that the caregivers and the children are within ratio. They may look at the menus and the lesson plans, what activities they're providing. Wow. So there's a lot that they do when they go into these
And when you say a facility, you're referring to child care centers in Wayne County.
In Wayne County.
What number are we up to these days? And I know it changes weekly, but
we're at about 100 regulated child care facilities in Wayne County. So that includes homes, and that also includes centers as well.
So we have quite a few, and you all work with most all of them.
We work
on a regular basis.
On a regular basis.
But not only do we work with the child care facilities, we do work with parents as well. From everything from prenatal planning, we provide some wonderful training sessions for prospective parents that covers everything from the birth process to bringing the child home. For older kids, we have our Incredible Years program, which helps parents deal with behavior issues for their preschool children. So we provide support both in the child cares and at home as well.
So like you said, you're really the one-stop shop for families of young children, ages pre-birth to age 5.
Correct.
So tell me more about your prenatal education classes. So if I'm an expecting parent, now not me, but if somebody's an expecting parent and this is their very first child, they're uneasy, not real sure, you know, what to expect with their bodies, and once they've had the baby, what to do at that point, they can come to the Partnership for Children and take classes. How does it work?
We have regular scheduled classes, 6 to 8 weeks, and we have abridged versions for those parents that cannot spend 8 weeks in training. But as I said, we go through all the process from the hospital visits to what happens during childbirth and to how to handle a newborn.
Okay, so you very much cover the whole spectrum. Now, are spouses or significant others, are they welcome as well?
They are welcome. So if there's a grandmother that wants to attend, they'll accommodate those members of the family as well.
And I know sometimes there's maybe some military wives that their husbands are deployed. Can they bring someone else with them if they have a family member or friend?
They can. We actually we're talking this morning that there was a expectant mom from the base that her husband was deployed and Dad couldn't be here, so Granddaddy was attending the class with her. So if they just have a best friend that needs to come with them, anybody that's a support to that mom can attend the classes.
Kim, that holds true for any program we have at the Partnership. Our whole mission is to serve the kid, and everyone who's providing support, training, education for that kid is welcome to Partnership services, many of which are free of charge.
That's wonderful. I think there's so many people that don't understand exactly what the Partnership does offer and how many services you offer for the parents of these young children here in our community. Now, I know you have something special coming up. You always, in the month of June, have something special that happens at Herman Park. Tell me more about that.
We do. That is our Children's Festival, which is the Born Learning Festival. And it always is the first weekend in June, the first Saturday in June. And that is where community agencies come out and provide activities for the children, because the philosophy behind Born Learning is that children are born learning. And so it's a fun time that families can bring their children out and have fun and do activities along with the child. The train is available. There's costume characters, free food.
Just a fun day with your family?
Just a fun day out there with the kids.
Well, okay, so the children are having a good time playing the games and doing all the various activities. What are the parents doing during this?
The parents are interacting with the children. So what we do is ask the community agencies to plan an activity that a parent can do with their child. So whether it's doing some type of project with art, recyclable art, the parents are interacting with that child, but they're also gathering information from the agencies about services that are available in the community.
So not just services the Partnership offers, but any service that is offered to families of young children across our community?
Both public and private agencies are welcome to come. As I said, one of the requirements is that they simply provide an activity that parents can do with their children and take it home with them. So.
All right, so mark your calendars, the 1st of June at Herman Park. It's an all-day event. Right. Most of the day event.
Right. 10 to 2.
10 to 2, okay.
10 to 2. Last year we had almost 2,000 people
that's
in
wonderful.
the event. It was a wonderful day.
And each year it gets better and better.
Well, that's something we can all look forward to. Now, tell me about something else. This is a very quiet secret that we want to spread the news about that is offered here at the Partnership.
It's one of Wayne County's best kept secrets is the lending library here at the Partnership itself. Once again, providing activity for those who support our kids. Valerie, tell them about what they can find.
Yeah, what is a lending library?
Lending library is just like the public library, where they have books and videos and things like that that you can check out. We have a library that is filled with resources for children, toys, DVDs, resource books for the child care providers. We actually loan out textbooks for students that are at Wayne Community College working on early childhood degrees. There's books, children's books, just all kinds of toys in that library. That
educational material?
Educational materials for a nominal fee that parents can join, or providers, or anybody that would be able to benefit from it could join. It's $10 a year, and they're able to check out 7 items and keep them for a month.
So 7 items every month. Bring them back, and you can get 7 more items the next month.
7 more items.
We have regular customers who are here, just like clockwork every month because the kids get tired of an activity, they got something new to work on.
Oh, well, I would think parents, stay-at-home parents or homeschool
Grandmothers,
parents, grandmothers,
grandparents.
Babysitters, you know, anybody, Sunday school teachers, the list goes on and on of how you could integrate this at home with modeling play back and forth with your child, but also in the school system, whether it's kindergarten or whatever, they could come here and use these items.
Exactly.
Well, let's go check it out.
Okay, let's go.
I'm still here at the Partnership for Children, and I'm with a couple friends here. I have Angela and I have Cash. And Cash is going to tell me a little bit about why he likes to come to the Partnership to their lending library and a little more about what he checks out. Hey Cash, how are you?
Good.
Well, tell me, why do you like to come to the Partnership for Children?
Because there's all kinds of toys and stuff that I can check out.
Well, what do you like to check out when you come here?
I like to check out this airport
Oh, this airport. Okay, let me pick it up a minute and turn it around and look at it a little bit. So why do you like to use or play with the airport here?
because I'm into like machines.
You're into machines? That's always good to know. Well, tell me what else you like. I see lots of goodies on this table. What else have you got picked out?
This microscope,
Why do you like to play with that?
because this is actually not the one I like to play with, but the one that I like to play with, I haven't gotten in a while because when I come here, it's always like checked out.
It's always checked out. Well, there must be a lot of other little boys and girls that like to play with it too, huh?
Yep.
Should we tell the partnership they might want to get another one? That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there's two ones running.
We at least need two?
Yeah, because
We'll tell them.
Because there's two of these.
Okay, there's two of those, but they don't have two of the really big ones.
Yeah.
Right, that's the one you like? The big blue one?
Yeah.
Well, see, now we've told everybody about it, so now there may be more children coming to get that big blue microscope. What do you think?
And then there might be 3, 4, 5.
You never know.
6.
You never know. Well, what have you got down there? What is that?
It's a fireman.
Will you put it on for me and sort of show me how it looks and how you use it?
I get this.
Hmm.
I'll just hold this up. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Just hold it out.
Yeah, let's see. There we go. Can you put your arm in?
I'll hold my sleeve.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I'm gonna move this around for you. Hold on 1 second. We'll get all your goodies so you can show everybody what it looks like. Now, what do you do with all those things?
This is a
Is that a microphone? You talking to that?
hello.
Oh,
What was that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And you've got all kinds of other goodies over there? What do you think that is that Mom's holding?
It's a
What do you do with it?
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher, that's right.
You can screw this off.
You hold it up really high? Oh, okay, I see now. And what do you think you put in there?
You can actually
Oh, good.
you can actually put water inside it,
Okay.
and then you can you can put water inside it and screw the lid on.
Mm-hmm. You put fires out with that?
No, you can't really put fires out of it. You just have to pretend like
You pretend. Oh,
Yes.
okay. All this is pretend. It's not real stuff.
you can just put the water in here, and then you can turn it like this, and it'll just run out.
Well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So you have all these different things that you like. I kind of like this big thing. Tell me more about this. I had never seen anything quite like that. Let's see.
This actually right here is it's like the inside of a mouse, so you can practice brushing your teeth,
Now, why do we need to brush our teeth?
so they don't turn black and fall out.
Well, that's true. So they don't turn black and fall out. Well, show me how you brush correctly.
Well, this is how I brush.
Okay.
I put the toothbrush in my mouth, and I like to do.
We have to hold that one up.
I like to do this. I like to start right here.
Yeah.
And first I start actually like on the front. I go here, here, here. Then I go here, here, and here. Then I go
Wow,
up
Cash, you were really good at that.
Then I go here,
Uh-huh.
here, 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 Here.
Now, you said you clean them so your teeth don't turn black and fall out. Well, do you think, other than brushing your teeth, what else can you do for your teeth to keep them healthy?
You can floss them.
Floss them. Okay, well, that's a good idea. Show me the wrong way to brush somebody's teeth. What do you think the wrong way would be to do it, like with that toothbrush?
This.
What would be the wrong way to brush your teeth? Yeah, that's definitely not right. You got another idea? What else is a wrong way to brush teeth? Well, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That's not good. But what could you use that little pick on the end of that for?
Twig.
Yeah, if there's something in your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, which is basically like the same thing like tooth floss.
Right, floss.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. It's kind of basically the same thing he said. Great. Well, you have done a really good job telling us about all these different toys and supplies that are here at the partnership. Do you come every single month?
We do come quite often.
You come quite often. Now, are you in school somewhere?
No, I'm homeschooled.
You're homeschooled. Okay, so you and your mom use some of the different educational toys here to learn, right?
Right.
Well, you've done a great job. Can I talk to Mom for a minute?
Yep.
All right, will you sit kind of close to her? Yeah, sit close to Mom for a minute, or stand close to Mom. Well, Angela, tell me why you like to use the Partnership for Children's Lending Library.
We use it for him to get toys, and we also use it, thank you, for homeschool classes. Sometimes we have co-ops where kids can get together and do classes, and they work really well for that, especially a lot of the science things. It just gives me an opportunity to have a lot of things that I wouldn't normally have that I can't afford to go out and buy, and I may not want to necessarily keep. And sometimes too, we find things here like games that we like to play for family game night, and it might be a game we really like, and that might be something that we will purchase for our family. But it gives us a chance to try it out. So
that's a good idea. I hadn't thought about it quite like that. Cash, would you hook that on to her shirt for me right there? That way, we want to make sure everybody can hear Mom real good.
Got it?
All right.
I think I'll just hold it up that way.
Well, the only reason I don't want you to hold it is because I'm scared if we get too close to her mouth, it might get really loud. Yeah. that might scare people.
Yeah.
So you use a lot of these to just sort of integrate into your teaching at home, and that's really a good idea to be able to not have to go out and purchase them.
Yeah.
You can just come every month and get a variety of items, and 7 a month is pretty darn good.
It is, and we could get more really. Sometimes sometimes it's down to deciding which one are we going to get. But for example, we have a really nice cash register at home, and we've been using it for him for math, learning money, and also adding, subtracting, those kinds of things. And it's something that we probably are going to use for a short period of time till he learns the things he needs to know, and then we're going to probably wouldn't need it anymore.
Yeah. So why would you want to go out and purchase one when you could just come here and use it for a month or so?
That's right.
Well, this is a great resource, and we want to share this information with everybody. So more parents and teachers and child care providers can come out and use all these great items in their classroom. Well, thank you for talking with me. I think we're going to go tour it now.
Okay, great.
So, Gina, I'm standing here in the lending library, impressed as usual. Tell me your hours and some of the people that come in here on a regular basis. Why do they come in?
Well, parents, teachers, and anyone who's interested in early childhood education come to the lending library, and they come almost every day. And the hours are from 8 o'clock until 4:30, Monday to Friday.
So Monday through Friday,
yes,
most of the day. This is open to the general public.
Yes.
Now, if someone wants to join or be a member so they can come on a monthly basis, how do they do that?
Well, they just come in, fill out an application form, and pay a $10 annual fee, and they get to choose 7 items. They take 7 boxes and they're filled with toys. So
7 of them?
7. It's not just
so like if you
7.
take one of these, this whole entire container is 1 item.
Yes.
So they can come Monday through Friday, anytime during your open hours, which are 8 until 4:30.
Yes.
And they can pick out 7 items a month. Is that how it works?
Yes. They have it for a period of 4 weeks, and they can come in any time in between, and just they can keep 3 and come and check out 4.
Oh, okay.
Check
so they
in
can mix
4.
and match it
Yes,
up.
absolutely.
So you have so many different types of people coming in, and what I mean by that is you have anything from school teachers
Yes.
to stay-at-home parents, homeschool parents, the list goes on and on of who uses your items that you have here in the lending library, right?
That's right, yes. We have an assortment of items, books, especially the resource books, curriculum guides, textbooks for college, Wayne Community College especially. We have the...
Now, who uses those? You say at Wayne Community College.
The students, the early childhood educators,
okay.
the
The early
teachers.
childhood
They
educators.
work at the childcare centres and they go to evening classes and they can come here and check out our books, textbooks. Limited amount, but nonetheless we have them.
Right, right. So tell me some of the favorite items. I've got one of my favorite here, Dr. Seuss books. So tell me some of the items that are the favorites that you see get checked out earlier,
Yes.
over and over and over. Now, I heard Cash say earlier that the microscope was one of his favorites.
Right.
So what are some other favorites?
Right, we have lots of different outfits. They love dressing up.
Oh, dress up
Lots of
outfits.
dramatic play items, the cars, the trains. They love to check those out. We have block play. They love the art
Right.
section, the science. They just love all sorts of different plants and leaves that they can explore.
Right. Well, I saw earlier with a lot of your books, like for example this one that I used to read as a child, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, they have a lot of puppets that go along with
Yes,
your books.
we do.
And that's interesting because so many times that is hard to find and they're usually very expensive.
Yes, we have an assortment of different stories with the puppets, absolutely.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
So you're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30.
Yes.
Just come in and join. It's $10 for the entire year.
Yes.
And then you can pick out 7 items every month and then come back the next month and get 7 more.
Yes, that's right.
Well, Gina, it sounds like we've got a little gym here. We want to make sure that everybody in the community knows about the Lending Library
Yeah.
at the Partnership for Children, and that's here at 800 North William Street,
That's
right here downtown Goldsboro. Love to see you come out to the partnership. Thanks so much, and this is what's happening at Smart Start Partnership for Children.
Well, we are back on
Yes, we are.
WGTV today. Yes, we are.
Did you learn something from the Partnership for Children? Wasn't Cash the cutest little
Cash is
thing?
funny.
Yes,
I
he
love
is.
this kid. What a great guy.
He was. He was so much fun to interview and talk with,
Actually.
and he loved his microscope. Oh, yeah.
Oh, excellent. All right, let's take a quick look at who may be having a birthday and perhaps even who may not be having. Are you having a birthday?
Not today.
Kim's not having a birthday.
No, I'm not. Are
Nor
you?
am I. No.
All right.
There you go. But if you are, you're sharing it today with Kelly Clarkson.
All right. How old is she?
She is the winner of she's 2002 today.
No, she's not.
Oh, no. She's the winner of the first American Idol competition back in 2002.
That's right.
She's 30, the big 3-0. Also a birthday today for Jack Quaid. He played the role of Marvel in The Hunger Games alongside Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
Jack Quaid is 20, and if you saw that movie,
He's just 20 years old.
He's 20 years old. I didn't see. He's just a baby.
He is a baby.
20-year-olds, just a baby. Some are a little further along than others. Some are still learning to drive. Anyway, it's Doug Clifford's birthday. He's the drummer and composer of the CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Doug Clifford. Right. Shirley MacLaine having a birthday. Oh, he's 67. Shirley MacLaine, who is what's his name's sister, she is having a birthday. She's 78 today.
Is she really 78?
78 and still dancing. She is amazing. Sweet charity actress, author of mystical books and all that kind of stuff. She believes in this stuff.
Many people do.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Cedric the Entertainer is a funny guy. He's
Oh, yeah.
48 today, comedian and actor in the original Kings of Comedy back in 01. Birthday today for Streisand.
Barbara?
Barbara, yeah.
How old
she's
is
having
Barbara?
a birthday. She's 70 today. Singer, actress, and activist. She won an Oscar for Funny Girl. She's also won 15 Grammys.
I'm sure. That
Yeah,
does not
she has.
surprise me.
Very talented singer. And this is the anniversary of the birth of Jill Ireland, a very talented lady. She worked with her husband in a couple of movies, her husband, Charles Bronson. Jill Ireland died of cancer back in 1990. She was in, one of the movies she was in, Death Wish 2, was, if you know the Death Wish movies, that was quite a movie. She was quite an actress,
Yes.
Jill Ireland. All right.
All right, let's see. There's some things happening
What's
all
happening?
around our community.
What's
My
going
goodness, out at Herman Park, the Goldsboro Senior Day in the park.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what that's about.
When is that?
Seniors are invited to Herman Park on Tuesday, May the 22nd, from 10 until 12 to enjoy Senior Day. If we get rained out, a new date will be set in June and will be advertised. We'll start off the day with a stretch, then a short walk. We're going to have music with DJ Wildheart. How about that?
I know Wild
Do
Heart.
you?
Yeah.
They're going to have games on the lawn. They're going to have some line dancing, some bingo, a cakewalk, and Wages will be serving a picnic lunch.
Oh, boy.
Please note the lunch will not be served at the Senior Center that day. It will only be served at the Herman Park if you're a part of the Senior Day there. For more information, contact Erin, of course, at 919-705-1785. Then they're doing the same thing in Mount Olive at Westbrook Park. But they're going to do that on Wednesday, May the 15th from 10 until 12 there. Same type thing. But they want to make sure that you get in touch with them and get pre-registered. In Mount Olive, you still are going to call Erin at the Senior Center at 705-1785. So in Goldsboro, it's going to be Tuesday, May 22nd. And then in Mount Olive, it is Wednesday, May 15th. Senior Day in the park.
Okay.
Give Erin a call to find out more about it.
DJ Wild Heart. Fantastic.
Is he?
Just fantastic. Yes, she is.
She?
She.
She.
Wait.
She is fantastic.
She is, yeah. Just fantastic. All right,
Great.
today is the 24th. It's Library of Congress Day. And if you've ever
Is it?
heard of the Library of Congress, they have quite a website, loc.org or loc.gov.
By Gov.
Yeah, and it's that's an amazing place. You want to know anything about anything, that's a place to go. Also, today is also Mother, Father, Deaf Day.
Deaf. Okay.
Deaf. It's also National Pet Parents Day. So if you're the parent of a pet,
It is your day.
That's right. Today is your day. It's also, I mentioned a couple of other things there. Anyway, Streisand's
You're
birthday.
done with that.
I'm done with that. Get
He's
out of
done.
here. Go on.
He's
Bother me.
done
Go
with
on,
that.
go on.
Well, we do want to remind you, however, coming up soon, starting on April the 30th, the city is having their big online contest. It's called What's in a Name? We want you, the community, to submit different names of what you think would go right along with a motto or a slogan for the city of Goldsboro. So, City of Goldsboro, the blah, 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 blah.
City of clean streets.
Hey,
The city with leaves on the trees.
keep going, Wayne.
The city with the water tower.
And the list goes on and on.
And it goes on and on.
We want you to submit. You can submit right from the City of Goldsboro's website, goldsboronc.gov. You'll see all the details of what are the rules and regulations and the prizes. That's the biggie. What the winners will get. We want you to check it out, but the very first day is going to be April, not August. April the 30th is the very first day that you can submit. You can do 3 submissions per entry, and there's a long list of prizes that even 20 different people will get. It's going to be narrowed down to 20, then to 5, and then the biggie.
Wow.
The biggie. Oh,
Wow.
yes. And I'll give you a hint. The winner, one of their little goodies that they get is dinner with the mayor.
Really?
How about
With Mayor
that?
Al King?
Mayor Al King.
Not the mayor of somewhere else.
No, not the mayor of somewhere else.
the
The
mayor-
mayor of the city
Really?
of Goldsboro, Al King.
Wow, now that would be a
That would be
treat.
fun, wouldn't it?
That will be fun.
Yeah, there's lots of other things that go along with it, but you have to check it out on the City of Goldsboro's website, goldsboronc.gov. You'll see it. What's in a name? Help us figure out what the new slogan for the City of Goldsboro is.
You know, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Don't it?
Now, don't use anything that I just said because I've already given you those hints, all right? So you have to make up your own.
That's
I
right.
mean, the city with leaves on the trees, that's a good one. I'm going to send that one
Ooh,
in.
that's fantastic,
Yeah,
Wayne.
oh, boy.
That's real catchy. Absolutely.
That's catchy, yeah.
All right, let's see. Where are we going next? I believe we're going to go to classic cars and the Sheriff's Association interview, Wayne.
Outstanding. Here we go. Boom. Today we're talking with Wayne County Sheriff CAREY Winders and Major F.S. Greenfield. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
Want to talk about the Sheriff's Association. Tell me about, what is a Sheriff's Association? Is that where all the sheriffs of North Carolina get together and go down to Myrtle Beach and party all the time? Is that what the Sheriff's Association does?
Well, actually, no, we don't go to Myrtle Beach. You know, the county commissioners have their associations, like your finance department. Most, I think, probably every department, every entity probably has their association, and probably everybody has dues they pay. Simply just saying, with North Carolina Sheriff's Association, by virtue of being the sheriff, you're part of the Sheriff's Association.
Right.
And we get a lot of questions asked because the Sheriff's Association does do a lot with sheriffs. One of the things is they have lobbyists up there, and I hate that word lobbyist.
Yeah. No,
but we do have a lobbyist. They do run the state misdemeanor wide program. They do that, and a lot of other programs they take care of. But one of the most important things is that part that I hate to mention, that lobbyist, that legal person, and they keep an eye on the legislators, on the bills that are being proposed, and by other groups or whatever, or by individual senators and House members. Some of them we support, and some we do not support. And by that, we have to go up there and meet legislators on certain times and say, lobby for ourselves, so we don't really like this bill, or we really like this bill. Try to get things posted, or we propose some laws that we like to see made. Now, another thing that always gets people is that they'll see once a year, or sometimes it's got to a little bit more often that the North Carolina Sheriff's Association sends a letter out. And that letter will always have my name on it, just like if you're in another county, it's going to have that sheriff's name on it. My being the sheriff, you're going to have your name on that paper. And a lot of people get the misconception that well, Sheriff Winders is asking for some money, and this is going to go to his campaign. And absolutely not.
That's not what's happening here.
No, that is not a campaign fundraiser or anything. That is going directly. If you give money to the, and I don't encourage people. I say, you do what you want to. But I don't get any of that money. You know, if somebody will come to me on the street, he'll tell you 100 times, Sheriff will send some money to you. And I said, you sent it to the Sheriff's Association, didn't you? And that's where it went. And
okay, so when it goes to the Sheriff's Association, that money is not divvied up
to
you or to any sheriff anywhere. This is money that's going to the association.
To pay for conferences, that lobbying, legislative efforts. They do have conferences they pay for, and then training they have for officers and for detention and deputy sheriffs and that. So it does have training, some training available, right much training available, to tell you the truth. But we do not get any of that money. It's not given out and say, well, here's the pot of money, and all you sheriffs get you a handful of it.
Get you a handful of money.
No, that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
So we make sure that people understand that. In fact, they issue a statement out there to tell you all about it, the thing, and a fact sheet too. And anybody is welcome to look at that online. I think I put it out there for people to look at. But that's the biggest thing I have to contend with. A lot of people say, you know, but you know, on the same thing, as I told a lot of people too, I said, now you get a lot of other organizations, and I may be a member of some of them. Fraternal Police, the PBA, just by having a membership with those people. Now they don't use my name on those because I'm just a member with them, but most law enforcement officers belong to those groups because of the benefit of having an attorney or whatever, or something like that, and some of the good things they do. But a lot of times they're doing telemarketing calls.
Right.
I've even had to call and say, for a death benefit for officers, you know, $10,000 death benefit, wouldn't you want to help the officers? And they call my house. Wouldn't you want to help this law enforcement officer who killed in line of law enforcement officers, killed in line of duty, get a $10,000 death benefit? And of course, most of them say, well, yeah, I'd like to see that happen. I want to take care of it. What they don't realize that for that person to actually get that benefit, they'd actually have to be a member. I had one to call one time in my home, And he began it, and I says, how many members are in Wayne County? He stalled. I said, I can tell you exactly, because I never heard the group. I said, they are none. Never heard of you before. But they were calling in Wayne County.
And I seem to recall that.
And some even almost claimed they're giving bulletproof vests, equipment, supplies. That doesn't happen.
That's not true. None of that's true.
None of that's true. We have never got any, to my knowledge, any equipment at all from any of the organizations such as PBA, FOP, Law Enforcement Alliance, whatever. We've not got any of that. They do training also. And
well, let me ask you this, Sheriff. If somebody did want to donate to the Law Enforcement Alliance, to the Fraternal Order of Police, or to the Sheriff's Association, they could do that easily.
Easily.
Do these organizations call and solicit money?
Oh, yes. Now, the Sheriff's Association only sends letters out.
Okay.
There's no telemarketer. The rest of them, most of them, have telemarketers. Now, the telemarketer organization will get about sometimes 65, 70% of the money.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's how they make their money.
That's how they make the money. And they're gonna get most of that money, or the group, the organization itself won't get that.
That's an important thing to think about. Telemarketers calling Fraternal Order of Police, and this is all legal. They're calling, asking for money to support the Fraternal Order of Police or an organization similar to that, and they keep a large amount, a large percentage of that money for their operating expenses.
And I tell you, even with the Sheriff's Association, they they only used to send one letter out a year,
right?
And it seemed they're sending more than what they used to send. Just like the Fraternal Order of Police, you would have telemarketers. Believe it or not, there's 3 levels of that. You got the national Fraternal Order of Police, the state lodge Fraternal Order of Police, then you got the local. So there's 3 that's going to be calling you on behalf of the FOP.
Oh my goodness!
And then PBA would be the same way. Southern and Troopers Association.
Same way.
Same way. And the Troopers Association doesn't have anything to do with North Carolina Troopers. Not getting any money. It's an organization formed by, I forgot how many troopers retired or something. That's what I was told.
So the best thing to do is to talk to your local law enforcement organization, whether it's the sheriff's office, police department, highway patrol, whomever, and find out how you could donate money to support fallen officers or to support the organizations.
Right.
It's just like, you know, and I wanted to allude to that about that to the different organizations. It's just like we had one the other day. I'll give you 2 examples. One is I was at a Walmart not too long ago, and I hadn't mentioned Walmart, but I was there, and they allow different groups and organizations to be in front of their stores.
Right.
Well, I walked there, and we're trying to help these teens get off of drugs, and they got this organization.
Right.
And I've seen 2 or 3 of them out there before, and you know, I asked myself, some people never seen before. I said, "Who are you with? And what's your group?" "Well, we help troubled teens get off of drugs, and we got a program." And I said, "Well, where's your program located?" "Virginia, South Carolina." I says, "You're not here in Wayne County, I know." "No." I said, "Have you ever helped anybody in Wayne County?" And then sometimes lie and say yes. I said, "Who?" And then I tell them who I am, because I want to be dressed as sheriff. I says, "Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm the sheriff of this county." And I says, "Your organization I've never heard of before." And they're a legalized organization.
Yeah.
Might not be but 3 or 4 members in it, and they just travel around and solicit. And I tell people, I said, before you give, make sure you know who you're giving to.
Right.
Give to your church. Give someone, know who you're giving, and that's some of the things I tell. We had one not long ago that was calling the lost or something like that. It was for getting. In fact, they called me and it said, "We're trying to locate these missing children and get them home for the holidays." And I said, "Get them home for the holidays." So, "Do you know where they are?" "No." I said, "If you don't know where they are, how you gonna get them home for the holidays?" "And who are y'all with?" You know, and they almost had the same name as the national missing National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Right.
Almost had the same name,
Right.
but it had a few word changes in it. But it wasn't, because that one's funded. That's funded by the taxpayer. That part they don't solicit.
Right.
So I always tell people, be careful who you give to. Ask some questions, because they want your money. Ask questions, and don't give your account numbers out over the phone to people. Do not do that.
Yeah. All right, now you're the sheriff of Wayne County, and you can walk up to these people, but if someone is standing in front of a store, and I shop Walmart, and I see these places, I'll give to the Girl Scouts,
Yeah.
and organizations with which I am familiar, Salvation Army, Girl Scouts, that sort of thing, Boy Scouts. But if it's someone you don't know, and they're there legitimately collecting money. And it's not a reflection on Walmart or any store for that matter. It's just simply anybody can ask questions.
Right.
You don't have to be the sheriff.
That's right.
You walk up to these people and they say, what they're saying is, I want your money. Well, where's that money going? Oh, I'm going to help children.
And
it's going to my church.
And which church? And I've seen feeding children ones out there, and they're not from here either.
Yeah.
And I've seen people give money, and and we have a local sleepy kitchen here.
Yeah, we have a sleepy
that could
kitchen.
use the funds.
Oh yeah.
But they'll give that money and not realize that money is not even going here in Wayne County.
Right.
It's leaving.
That's right. So ask questions, or just simply ignore them if you don't feel.
Don't feel bad about not giving to somebody you don't know.
No, they're total strangers. You don't know where that money's going. And then turn around and make a donation to your church or to your organization, to the soup kitchen, or to the Salvation Army. Make a direct donation, right?
That you know, exactly. Somewhere you know where that money's
Somewhere
going.
where
Where
you
they
know
get
the money's
100% of the
United Way, anywhere like that. Boys and
Right.
Girls Clubs.
That's
There's
right.
so many organizations here in Wayne County that need your help, and you may not be giving money to the organization you hope you're giving the money to.
Yes.
That's the whole thing.
You may not know. So just be careful with that. And I appreciate you bringing that to our attention and talking to us about that today. Major F.S. Greenfield and the Sheriff of Wayne County, CAREY Winters. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
All right.
And we're back on WGTV today. Love classic cars.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy, I love them. Well, back in 1787, the U.S. of A. had already declared independence about 11 years earlier. We had just written our Constitution in 1787. In 1788, it became ratified. It was ratified. And in 1789, everybody said, okay, here's our Constitution. There you go. It took effect. Also in 1787, when they were writing all this stuff down, a guy named Levi Hutchins invented something. Now, he was an inventor. He was pretty creative. He came up with an idea and he made something that was very startling.
Very startling.
Startling. And people hated it. They hated it, but some people have to have this, and it's still being used today.
What is it?
What time do you get up in the morning?
An alarm clock.
An alarm clock.
How about that?
He's credited with inventing the alarm clock. Now, whether he actually was the only one who ever did it or not, I don't know, but there were other ways of doing it. But he actually took a clock and put an alarm on it and patented that thing.
My goodness.
Levi Hutchins. So when you're in the morning, you're saying, where's my snooze
button? So when I hit
button?
snooze, I'm going to say, thank you so much, Levi.
Right. Thank you, Levi.
Thank you, Levi.
There you go. Yeah, right. 4 tops. Levi Stubbs.
Or Levi Hutchins.
Levi Hutchins.
That's right.
Snooze alarm.
How about that?
There you go. All right.
Well, I believe that is it for today.
Is that it for?
That
Are we out of
is
time?
We're out of time.
Oh,
this
Levi.
day just flew by.
Yes.
You'll hear Levi in the morning.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
I know. Well, thank you so much for being with us. We will see you again tomorrow, Thursday, April 25th.
Indeed, we'll be right here at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then again at noon, then again at 5:30 p.m. for repeats of the program. Until tomorrow morning at 7, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Thank you so much for being with us, and this is what's happening in your community.